Hello, this is Laura Castillo. The date is Thursday, February 15, 2018, and we are in week 6 of microbiology. This week consisted of salt tolerance and pH testing of different microbes and cultures. And in the lab report assistant, we did learn a couple things about how different microbes grow in different environments, different levels of pH and acidity. Most microorganisms, according to the information that we learned, tend to grow at a neutral level, and so those are all considered neutrophils. There are some that, of course, grow at a better rate in acidic levels. Those are, like the name, called acidophils. And then there's some more that are more basic. Those are called alkalophils. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but those would be the microbes that grow at a more basic level. But most of them grow at as neutrophils, which is the neutral level, which is a pH level of about 7. The lower the number, the more acidic. The higher the number, the more basic. And then just a couple different things, different environmental changes, different temperatures can also change the way that microbes grow. So there's a couple of interesting things in that. So anyways, the first part of the lab consisted of the salt tolerance with salt broths. So they had different levels of percentages of salt, and so I'll start with that actually. So I'm going to start with the S. epidermis, and I want to show them all together because it's a little bit easier to see the turbidity in each of them. So these are my S. epidermis broths. This first one here is the NaCl 1%. This one in the middle is the NaCl 7%, and this one on the end is the one with the 15%. On these ones, let's see, I'm just going to hold them up here. As you can tell, they're all pretty clear. So these all kind of tested as far as I can see negative. I did actually let all of my cultures incubate for 48 hours. I tried for 24 hours and I didn't see much changes, so I tried 48, but still not much changes as far as these go. In my S. cerevisiae, looks like I had some better results there. Also, I have them set here. And so let's see. Here, let me turn them this way. This one here is the 1%. This one in the middle is the 7%. And this one here on the end is the 15%. So this is why I kind of wanted to do them all together, because you can see the turbidity a little bit better. These two definitely were tested positive for microbial growth. The 15% not so much. But if we compare them all together, there we go. You can kind of definitely see there's a little bit more cloudiness in these two here. So that was the first part. And then in the second part, we did a couple different things. We added HCl, which is hydrochloric acid, and we also added NaOH, which is sodium hydroxide. So let's see. We did the HCl in the which ones did we? In the pH 5 broths, and then we did the HCl in the pH 7 broth. Excuse me, in the pH 9. Excuse me. So let's see. We'll start with the S. epidermis. So that's here. So if you take a look, it's kind of hard to tell, but the only one that I see from these three that had turbidity was the one in the middle. The one in the middle is the pH 7, which is the neutral one. And in this one, we only added the S. epidermis culture to it because it is already at its correct neutral level, which is the 7. The other ones didn't really show anything as far as HCl or NaOH, so not much microbial growth there. And then for the S. cerevisiae, these in order. Okay, this is page 5, 7, and 9 right here. Actually, on all these, they all look like they did develop some sort of turbidity. My pH 7, not as much as the other two. It's kind of hard to tell in the video though. But this one not as much, but still some turbidity. And so we can tell with the S. cerevisiae, this culture did grow in these levels. This is the HCl. This is Cerevisiae on its own, already at the neutral level, and this is with the addition of NaOH. And so those were my results. These tested positive, as you can see, and it was very interesting to see how these different microbes grow in different levels of pH. And one of the things that I also enjoyed was in the lab itself, the different locations around the world and the different colors that they can produce. So that was really cool. Anyway, that's my video for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next week.